So this one is from Amazon. I'll just put this over it just to cover my address up. So I'm just going to open this one. So this one we've got these are from Artify, and there's a 24-piece paintbrush set with a canvas roll and a palette knife, and this one is 10-piece extreme detail paintbrush set. They're all, it says here, all for acrylic, watercolour and craft. That must be their little logo here. Art is a journey, not a destination. Which is quite true. I don't know about you, but I definitely spend more time doing little swatches and doodles and stuff than I ever do actual painting. I just find it a right nice pastime to just doodle. I don't have to do paintings at all. Let's have a look what these look like. Let's put this over here a second. Let's have a little look at these. So this is the detail brush set. Round, spotter, short liner, dagger and a fan. What do these look like? So these come in a fabric-y looking case. What is fabric, but that feels like fabric round cardboard is what it feels like. So a little popper and then a zip. Put him here a second. Well, fancy looking little things, aren't they? I presume that picks that up. So you've got a little tiny miniature dagger brush there. That is titchy, isn't it? Little tiny fan brush. L must be liner, I presume. What's it say on the box? Right, so that's the dagger or sword, some people call it, fan. Short liner, spotter and round. SP, so these must be, sorry, it must be 2 spotters then. 3 rounds, short liner and then 2 liners. They are titchy, aren't they? This one's not got a cover on it, the rest have. No, these two haven't got covers. Now this is what I expected the handles to look like. These really, look how tiny that is. What size is that? That's a 4 liner. Well, it hasn't got that gel stuff on it, that's surprising. It's normally got that gel stuff on them. Wow, that is so little. I don't want to put that in if I can't get it in without ruining the bristles. Little baby sword. Now, if you're into painting models of things, this I would imagine is what this is geared up for. Obviously, I do watercolour. I do some acrylics as well, but it's mainly watercolour. And the times I'm going to use these is going to be few and far between. But sometimes when you want that little tiny brush, I mean, it depends really how you do your artwork. Some artists do very, very precision work. Say like Michael, is it Michael James Smith? And T.M. Hudson, she does a lot of animal portraits. I've seen her, she uses a lot of these little tiny things. Yeah, she does use a lot of these tiny things. I think even Harriet de Winton, she uses some of these 2/10 or whatever she calls them, little tiny brushes, but that's if you're going to be very, very precise. I mean, I did have a couple of these spotter brushes before, but I never really know what to do with them. So I like this. I like this handle. Is quite interesting because I expect them to be little tiny handles like that. Now that feels. I mean, that even if you look at that even looks like a decent quality pencil. The way that's handled. Now that to me, I think that would be a lot more comfortable than this very tiny, thin handle. I think you could get probably quite precise with that, doing little tiny marks. Oh, they are so tiny. Anyway, this is going to be an unboxing of what they look like. The case and the netting, I mean, they're all going to keep all nice. They're very, very light. I mean, that weighs absolutely nothing. That, I don't. Obviously, they're made out of wood. I don't know if they're made out of bamboo or what, but there is no weight to that whatsoever. Nice. So this is a 20. This is the Expert series. Both of these, by the way. This is the 24-piece synthetic brush set. So I take it it's going to be similar to that. And that again has got. Oh, here's all the brushes on the back here. Oils and acrylics. Are only for oils and acrylics in? Use only. Oh no, here look, watercolour and gouache. Or gouache, whatever you call it. Just tells you about cleaning it. So you can use it for any of them basically. Which tells you they're probably a bit of a mixed media set of brushes rather than watercolour only. Which, as I say, I do acrylics, so these sort of brushes suit me better anyway. What's happening here? Right, so got a nice rolled up canvas roll there. So palette knife. I mean, I've got palette knives, but I don't tend to really use them much, I must be honest. So here there's a couple of flat brushes. This one looks like it's been squashed while it's been shipped or packaged or something. I'm sure that will come out okay though. So 1 inch and 9/8. So what's that, 1 inch and 1/8? Right, so the round ones have got covers on them. So the rounds we have got, what is that titchy little thing? 1, 2, 4, 8, 10, 12 and 16. Now the biggest one, the 16, does that look like a 16? I'm going on what some of the other brushes I've got. Some of them would like 12s and that sort of size looks about that size to me. Because everyone's numbering is different, isn't it? That's a superb point at the moment. Whether it will stay like that or not, who knows? Brushes quite often don't tend to cut. You don't get many filberts these days, it seems to me. Filbert seems to be quite an unusual brush for some reason lately. So the filberts, there are. This little titchy thing here looks like a filbert. Number 4 maybe. That is a filbert. That is tiny. Nice. These feel nice, polished light wood. So there's plenty of here to go by. You've got a good selection of filberts, a good selection of flats. So 14 must be about. Now 1/2 inch would be 12 and a half, so 12 or 13. So you'd think a 12 would be 1/2 inch. but there's not a 12, there's a 10 and a 14. Well, I don't think there's anything in that. The difference between that 10 and the 14, well, one's longer than the other, so is one a bright and one's a flat? I don't actually tell you. So I'm not sure whether that... Now this handle on this 14 is a lot fatter than the handle on the 10. But what is the difference in them brushes? So this one is like a rectangle on the left here. Whereas the one on the right, it seems to splay out a bit as it goes up. Whether that's got anything to do with just packaging or what, I don't know, but they look pretty much the same size. If you put them against each other, I mean, it's exactly the same head size. One's a 10 and one's a 14. Maybe I'm missing something, but that's what that looks like to me. I do like to line them back up as they should go in. So a bigger filbert, a 14. That's a nice looking brush. Look how thin that is. And how rounded. We'll have to see what they look like once they're wet and used. Let's give this a quick spray. I'm going to just quickly spray this a minute. Just to take off the... with the covering that they put on these brushes, sometimes you can give it a little tiny spray and it's off. Other times you've got to rinse it for ages. Oh, that feels really nice. Look at the sharp chisel you get on that. Nice, very nice. And then you got some angled shaders, various sizes of them as well. I'm just wetting that one off as well. Where's my towel? By towel, I obviously mean my sleeve. I am a bloke after all. Yeah, that looks very nice. Nicely cut. The way that the cutouts on that are so nice and sharp. I'm going to enjoy getting to know these. Fan brushes, 2 of. I don't really use fan brushes much. Now again, the size of them fans look virtually the same, even though one's an 8 and one's a 4. The handle is a lot thinner on the 4 than the 8, but the actual head of it, this one's obviously a lot more sparse, so maybe that one will open up and this one will be more like a blender, which will not open up. This one definitely looks like that's going to open up into little segments as you go around, and this one might be more of a blender fan maybe. Well, all in all, looks a nice set, and this is Artify. So what I'll do, I think I'll do a little video coming up soon of maybe the liner ones, the fans and the angle brushes, the filberts and the flats, and what you're likely to use them for if you're a beginner, because there's so many different sorts of brushes that you don't really know what they're going to do till you've played about with them for a while. So I'll probably do that, I think. Just go to different sorts of brushes that you get over a little short series of which brushes are what you're likely to do with each one of them. Very nice. and then you've got these little ties that go around here and keeps it all together. Very nice. Anyway, that's my little present turn up for the day, and I don't know why I'm putting that away, because I'm going to get these out soon and start playing with them. Hope you enjoyed that, and see you another one again soon. Cheers.